And to take it closer to heart to really understand it, if you compare risk mitigation, you can apply it to business and your private life alike. So if you do it to your private life, you can compare it with how do you mitigate risk of a divorce. Well, if you wake up in the morning and you tell your wife you love her, you mitigated the risk with a small percentage. If you take her out for dinner every now and then, you further mitigated the risk of a divorce. If you then on top of it take her for a trip somewhere, and more importantly, if you talk to her and if you listen to her at times, all these small things will mitigate the risk of a divorce quite heavily. So if you look at it and compare it to what you do in shipping, most seafarers knows that you have to use razor wire on your ships to protect them, and you have to have the water hoses out. The guys we have on board ships assisting our clients to protect their ships have climbed more ships than any pirate in the world has done, and they are more professional in climbing ships than any pirate are. Them being able to mount the hardening equipment on the ship, they know where to allocate it, they know where the pirates are most likely to climb on board. So they do a range of small things, including teaching the officers and crew how to conduct surveillance, how to stay in touch with naval forces, and how to stay in touch with your own officers. But they also go through the mental trauma that is when you are under attack. What do you actually do? What can you expect? What are the dangers? What can we do to prevent and minimize the risk? I like the whole idea of risk mitigation without lethal means. So we have unarmed solutions, and we have looked after ships now for over 2 years, and to date we have had no successful hijackings of the ships we have looked after. It can always happen. If you have professional people on board, we believe that the crew and officers are more well looked after by highly professional security people who are used to this. And our colleagues in IKE, most of them are ex-Special Air Services of UK or Special Boat Services or similar of other countries with many years of commercial work behind their belt.
Could you update more on the latest customer-made application Fleetbook?
We started a cooperation with SMHI, which is the Swedish Meteorological Office, in 2007. They are a real true weather provider. Most of our competitors are IT companies doing weather. We are a weather company doing weather. We have 500 meteorologists sitting in one center in Sweden. 25 of them are specialized on the maritime side. They check every single ship several times a day, where they are, what they are doing. If they don't take the most optimal route, or if they risk freak waves or freak storms, they are contacted either by phone call or by an email suggesting alternative routes. They provide the captains with by far better information to take a decision on where to go and how to act under different weather conditions. In addition to this, we have what we call a fleet web. A fleet web is a web-based tool where the owner can see his whole fleet, how it performs, and what the weather conditions are now and for the next 10 days at any given time. This is updated regularly. It's a very professional tool. The captain on board, besides having meteorologists supporting him, he can also have it downloaded into his computer tool that enables him to optimize the route from A to B, taking into consideration the specifics of his ship, but also the weather conditions en route.
I would like to ask you about the operation strategies of GAC Solutions in the Middle East.
The strategy for the Middle East, and for that matter the strategy for the whole world when it comes to GAC Solutions, is to constantly look out for new services. Services of providers who are not necessarily in the shipping business today, but whose products are well suited for the shipping business and which can contribute to lower cost and better performance of ships. And we will focus a lot on health, safety, security and environment to help our clients to get their ships to perform better and in a safer way.
Recently, the maritime industry has hit by the global recession. But the recent signs shows a recuperation in this particular field. And how do you find the present competition? Has it eased down a bit or still tough?
Well, within shipping, within some segments, it's still a struggle. Some other segments are doing better. This will continue for a while, in my view. What we are trying to do is to come up with solutions where they have to spend less time on administration, where they can, if they want to, combine services and get one invoice, less number of invoices to their offices. We try to make our clients more efficient, lower their costs, and we are constantly looking out for ways of doing that. Whether it's communication, whether it's weather, whether it's workwear that lasts longer so you don't need to replenish what you have because you bought lower quality. It could be a range of things. So that is what we focus on and will continue focusing on.
Do you have any particular projects, expansion plans to highlight or to spread across the world?
We constantly have a number of projects being tested around the world in different locations with different customers. So there are a few years now, and there are some who are really, really promising. As I said before, we focus on trying to improve the performance of our ships' vessels or performance overall. And we will continue to do that into the future.
What are the mission, vision and objectives of these GAC solutions under your portfolio?
The vision is clear. The vision is to make sure that we develop ship savings as it is today into something new that does a lot more than what we do today. Ship savings as it is, or even for that matter logistics as we do it today with freight forwarding and warehousing, I think we can take this a lot further. And if you look at other industries, how they do things, sometimes we can learn from them or even work together with them to provide by far better packages than we do today. And as I see us, we will maybe in the future not only serve ship owners, we might also serve ports and terminals and other stakeholders in the port environment. And I think that is our future, to find new opportunities, not only linked to exactly what we do today.
GAC, as its tagline implies, wherever you go, it comes out with tremendous accolades. What keeps, or how do you think that keeps GAC in this pinnacle of glory?
I think it's the people on board. If you look at the cross-section of who we are at GAC, we are from all corners of the world, we're from all walks of life, so to speak. And I think that the combination of everything we are and the individuals we have in GAC, I think that makes for a very, very good future. And us being able to spend a lot on internal education, always trying to improve ourselves in all aspects, is what makes us different and what will continue to make us different. The focus on the people we have and what our clients need, talking to our clients, making sure that we always deliver what they want, not what we think they want, but what they really want. That is our future.
Time for us to wind up. But before we conclude, I would like to highlight one thing. It was such an informative and educative session for our viewers as well as for myself. Let me ask you one thing. How do you think for being a part of this wonderful group, GAC?
Well, I've been with GAC for 18 years. I've been in Qatar, I've been to Singapore, and now to Dubai. I've traveled to many of our stations. I feel very fortunate to wake up every morning knowing that I'm a part of this company. And it's for the reasons I mentioned in the interview. I feel that they look after us in a fantastic way. They listen to our clients. They provide training for its staff, which is what you want. And we have a special feeling in GAC. We call it the GAC spirit. We really try to look out for each other. We try to help each other and be a really good team. Because as it is, you spend more time of your wake-up time together with colleagues than you do with your family. So if you have a really good time while working, your time as well with your family will be by far more positive. And I think GAC is doing a really great job in that.
Thank you so much for joining us in this particular interview, and it's an honor for me.
Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity. Highly appreciate it. Good to meet you.